Hi, my name is Asika. I'm currently a Lagos-based businessman across, I operate in several sectors, but I guess principally I'm probably known for the creative industries across music, television production, digital, and eventing and content. At this point in time, my focus is across technology, the convergence between technology, content, and entertainment. And one of the principal ways I'm doing that is with Social Media Week Lagos, which is a conference that international franchise was brought into the country. That's who I am, that's what I'm doing. I've been fortunate in the sense that I've followed my passions. So, I've done a lot of football business, I've been a FIFA marketing partner, CAF marketing partner. I was the co-event director for Nigeria 99 Under-20 World Cup. The 2000 Nations Cup in Nigeria, 2000 in Nigeria, Ghana. On television, have a long, Big Brother Nigeria, The Apprentice Africa, Dragon's Den Nigeria, Doctor's Quarters. So done drama, reality, live production with Calabar Festival, Calabar Rocks, the Abuja Carnival. So it worked across public and private, drama and reality, also documentaries for the Centenary program for the Nigerian government. Content, TV commercials, anything to do with content, we've done that. Music, live events, all of those sort of things. I've spent the last sort of decade as a personal passion project, being involved in unlocking the space for Nigerian contemporary music, strategically, and did that working closely with some of the biggest broadcasters, Viacom with MTV, Channel O, Trace, Sound City, Hip TV, Nigezie. And also, of course, we had our own brand, Storm Records, which we pushed out some of the most important talent that's come out of this part of the world, but also pushed some of the other talents, The Barrage, Two-Face, Nato C, Dari, Ikechukwu, Sasha P, Jasmine Olofin, a lot of them, and I'm really proud of what they've achieved and what we achieved together. I think we changed the dynamics of what was thought possible for Nigerian youth and gave them that self-confidence they could go out there and win. So when you see P Square, Flavor, and all these guys, it's WizKid, it just makes me happy. So, I'm happy, and they're getting paid as well, which makes it even better. We should have a lot of money, but we're unlocking an ecosystem, and in that ecosystem, there was no value accorded to these people. Neither was any real money. So everything you've seen has been created over the last 6 years. And I think that some of the talents have begun to see some money, and hopefully they'll retain that income. But I really don't think I made any money out of music. I think that it was something like being like eBay. You just sort of unlock it and hope in future you get a residual income, but certainly not at the time I was doing it. Certainly not. Well, I think taking part in this challenge is partly because as somebody who spent their life driving risk as an entrepreneur, I also understand the need for security. So the investment challenge to me is about, if you're not an entrepreneur, right, then you can take more risk. But if you're in a 9-to-5 job, then when you make an investment, it can perhaps be a little bit more risk-driven because you have a secure income. If you're an entrepreneur like me, where you have to wake up every day and think about how to generate your income, then your investment may be more about security. So that's my mindset, and that's the way I look at it. It's that my father was an investor from day one and a study of markets. He was an investor when he didn't have a dime to his name, and he was an investor even when he could acquire, when he could borrow money. And one of the things I learned from him was that it wasn't about how much money, it was about your consistency, in terms of investment. And those investments principally is what put me and my sisters through school, because my father was not really a businessman in the true sense of it. So he had to rely on his intelligence, his investments, and working those assets to maintain his family at a decent level, which is what he did. So yes, so I have that background, and I understood that from a very young age. Well, I think once you have a child, it changes everything, and it's like night and day. Before the child and after the child, it's two totally different situations. And when you first have a child, then you begin to realize, oh my God, so all these people have been going through all this stress. I didn't know, because school fees is a whole different situation. Of course, medical, insurance, all the issues that come with having a child, where when you're just an individual by yourself, you can be much more reckless and really you're not that worried about those things. So now I think every parent wakes up first of all thinking about their child, and in order to think about your child and secure your child, a lot of it is to do with funds. So investment is critical to secure the long-term future of my daughter. if you have the discipline to do it from the first time you start working, do it. Because if you started working at 21 and you get to 40 and you've been saving for 20 years, you'll be amazed what you've managed to save. If you've already saved 10% of your income, it actually turns out to become a lot of money. I mean, I say it, I haven't been very good at doing it myself, but I know I have friends who've done that, and that is what has sustained them. And that's what leads to early retirement and things of this nature, because of having a strong saving culture. So I recommend to anybody, whether you're employed or unemployed, saving is critical. Well, I think, like I said before, I'm an entrepreneur, so I tend to focus on projects that other people would think are crazy or have high risk, and therefore have a limited opportunity in the sense that how many people are really going to go after them. So for me, in terms of my personal investment, because of the nature of what I do, I'm looking for very secure investments that carry low risk and therefore can give me a very sure return, which I can then plan on. And in that regard, I'm looking at fixed deposits in this particular time. Well, there's an educational charity called Roots and Wings Educational Foundation, which is a great little charity based here in Lagos, and I love what they do. You know, they go into underprivileged schools and underprivileged areas, and they take them over. They help them to upgrade their facilities and adopt these schools. And I think that's really important, because when you're a kid, the number one thing you need apart from education is hope. You need to know that you have an opportunity. And I think anybody who's investing in education, anybody investing in young Nigerians, I think we have 50 million Nigerians under 5. I mean, the numbers are incredible. And we know that unemployment is a major issue in this country. So we need to invest in education and possibly change the type of education we're also investing in. More into vocational education and actual skills that will enable these younger people to work functionally, not just hold some degree certificate that they stick on a wall that might not actually deliver them any value. So to me, I'm really, really focused on that, and I'd love to ask anybody who's watching this to support either them or any other type of initiative that supports education and that can enable opportunities for young Nigerians. No, I mean, seriously, I think on a serious level that it's great to be able to do this, and I hope that it encourages, even if it encourages one person, to make that step towards having an opportunity to do something that will be sustainable for themselves and for their family, then it was worthwhile. So to me, that's what's important.